Hello once again, my ninjas. Today we're playing volleyball. This is blind. I've never played it. I don't know how to play it. We've got gaming, we've got training. Do I need training? Probably, but that's just gonna waste time, so let's just start playing. Play select. One player. Oh, I thought I was gonna be moving the soccer ball. Oh, select moves the soccer ball. D-pad moves this. And you can't go left or right. You have to go to the bottom and then press down to go to the top of the right column. Okay, fine. Let's be Japanese women. I don't think I'm gonna be able to tell the difference. They all probably look the same, right? Well, they bow. Did they not do that in the other countries? I wonder if they had like some kind of distinct animation, something to differentiate the different countries. Also, why is she humping that ball? I don't understand. It's a very large ball. Who am I controlling? Okay, I'm controlling the three. Oh my gosh. This is impossible. Oh wait, I thought I selected I thought I picked Japan. So why does it say Japan on the right in Game Boy colors? Dude. Wait, where did it go? It just like flew into the air and then it like teleported over there. Man, this is why I don't like volleyball, man, because it sucks. Okay, I can do that. Did I boop it again? Like, my dude was right there. I thought I booped it. I can do that. How come I didn't get a point for that? Didn't I hit it? It should make, like, a sound effect when it hits the ground. Is it actually making a sound effect when it hits the ground? Because I, like... Okay, that time I saw that it went in between the two people, but... There's a couple other times where I was like, I was right there and I hit the button and it still didn't count. Oh, you probably have to, like, master the hit detection. Like, you have to hit it in a certain spot. Like, right there. How did that not count? She, like, put her hands out and booped it, and it still didn't count. I don't get it. There. Did I spike it against the net? Why would you do that, you idiot? Can the same person not hit it twice? Is that a rule in volleyball? Yeah, I don't know anything about volleyball. Okay, so I think it's A to boop it and B to spike it. Do you actually have to hit it twice before you can spike it? I know that's what they usually do, but it's not a requirement, is it? Okay. Oh man. Okay, so I just missed, I think. Dude, how did you miss, you idiot? Okay. Oh, boy, this game is not fun. But, yeah, speaking of... Boy, so you have to be, like, a little bit to the side of it, because your hands go out to the side. So I lose, right? Do volleyball games always go to 15? Oh, we're playing, like, 5, like, matches of 15, I think. Just to drag out the loss. I think my timing was not good right there. But yeah, speaking of things that are not fun, do you know what else is not fun? Making a video when you don't know if it's gonna be usable or not, because that's what this is. I figured I already had one video of Dragon Quest XI be essentially ruined, which sucks when it's a blind game because you can only experience it for the first time, you know. So anytime you do a blind video and then it F's up, it freaking sucks. I think I've only had that happen. I think this is only like the second time where it actually happened, where the video is just completely unusable. But the good part about it is you can get back to where you can make all the progress you made in like 40 minutes in like 10 minutes. Now that you know what to do. Okay, second boop. Dude. Oh, you suck. So yeah, so I figured, well, if I don't know if this video is going to turn out okay, I might as well do it on a video like that could be like a throwaway video. So if this video gets to where it's unusable, then I really, like, don't care. Dude, why did you just, like, I swear to God I hit the button. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about the issues I've had with Elgato in other videos. throughout the years, because it's been going on for years. No, I don't know. I'm not tech savvy enough, and because I was behind the curve for so long, I didn't start, like, I didn't even own like a, well, I owned like a used PC that was like on its last legs. I forget how I wound up with it, but I could play emulated game, like NES games, like that was about it. I forget what I ended up doing with that computer. Oh, actually, it's kind of a funny story. Dude wanted to, oh man, what was, I forget exactly what happened, but basically, dude wanted me to loan him my Xbox for like a week. And then he said he'll give me this computer as like collateral or whatever. And I was like, hey, I can play like old NES games since I didn't own an NES, or, you know. So then afterwards, he was just like, well, you wanted to just, I'll give you the thing back, and you could just buy it for like, oh man, how much did I spend on it? Maybe like 200 bucks? I don't remember. It was a crappy computer. Pretty sure it had been used, like, somebody, like, torrented, like, 50 billion, like, terabytes of, like, free movies and music and shit. So, it did not perform, well. But then I was like, well, if I'm just gonna play NES games, I don't need it to perform well. I'm not playing, like, Monster Hunter on it or anything. Dude, why do you just stand there? I was like, I hit the button, like, multiple times. Can you not act when you're too close to the net, maybe? Oh my gosh, I did it! Wait, was that even... Oh, it was out. Oh, go F yourself, man. Like, the one time where I actually, like, made them miss hitting the ball, and it was out. Wait, it's not even how, it works. Like, you gain, like, possession of the serve, and then you have to score again to actually get a point. So they had to drop it twice for me to get 1 point. Okay, well, I thought I was controlling someone else. I don't know, the control is weird. The person you're controlling, it, like, changes randomly. Like, they should have, like, a little icon above your head indicating who you're controlling. Because sometimes you're controlling the people in the back, and sometimes you're controlling the person in the front. And there's no way to know other than to press the D-pad and to see who moves. But because I've been behind the power curve for so long, things that other people think are obvious are not obvious to me. So I have a lot of issues where, like, sometimes you can just look up, you can just be like, use like a YouTube tutorial to do it. But a lot of times, like, the stuff, like, changes to where if it's like a video that's like 2 years old, you know, if it's like a recent video, you can just like match what they do. But like if it's like a 2-year-old video, like the screens are like different. I'm like, I can't follow a tutorial if your screen looks different from the screen that I'm seeing in front of me, you know. All right. And yeah, it'll be like, go to file and then click this or whatever. And then you'll have like 200 comments being like, that option isn't there. So now what? And then they like never respond. All right. Dude. Okay. Why did she move so slow? It is kind of weird how they just sit there and they look like they're like thrusting. They're like their standing animation. Pretty sure that's not what real volleyball players do. I'm not an expert in real volleyball. Outside, do you ever notice how like when you watch like volleyball, like when you watch like women's volleyball, they're always wearing like the teeniest, tiniest bikinis, and then they're like, well, we need it for like mobility and shit. I'm just like, okay, well then how come the dudes don't wear banana hammocks, you know? They wear like just like regular shorts. So how come only the women, I don't know, I think it's just an excuse for women to like dress sexy. Because women with good bodies like to show them off, you know? But then just say, because we have good bodies and we want to show them off, and if we're in skimpy bikinis during this volleyball tournament, more people will come and watch the volleyball tournament and we'll get better ratings on TV, which means more money from advertisers and ticket sales or whatever if people paid to see the tournament. Like, why can't they just tell the goddamn truth? Because, I mean, everybody knows that sex sells, but they always have to be coy, be like, oh, no, it's not because of that, it's because of this other reason that has nothing to do with... Like, yes, everybody knows that Okay, I lose. Oh, it was best of 5. Okay. I thought it was like first one to win 5 games. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about volleyball. Oh man, boy, I super lose. I gained 1 point and lost 3 games. Yeah, not a fun game. And yeah, if this is a game from your childhood and you love it, then I feel sorry that your childhood was so shitty. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully it turns out okay. But I mean, just getting back to what I was talking about real quick. Basically, what had happened is that I had an entire like 30+ minute video where like every other word was like a stutter. It was just audio stutters. I'm like, what the frick? I've recorded lots of other videos with the exact same settings. So why would this video decide to be the one that just decides to F up, you know? And the only reason I was using Elgato's sound capture, and the only reason I was doing that is because I had been recording with Elgato for the game capture and then Audacity for the audio. And then one, you have a desync issue where like every like 20 minutes you lose like 4 frames, which if you make like a longer video, it starts to become noticeable and I have to redo the sync. I have to like find out approximately where it's desyncing during the video and like eliminate a few frames like between sentences to kind of like, you know, it's like a stealth edit, you know, you can do all kinds of stuff when you edit, you know. And a lot of times, if you do it right, then the person doesn't know that that you did it, which is ideal. You don't want your edits to be obvious if you don't want them to be. But then it was leading to graphical glitches in the gameplay, which then if it'll like glitch and then you'll lose like a second or 2 seconds, and then that throws off your commentary sync or whatever. And then you have to find a place where you die, and then say, you know, like if it happens, and then you have to find a place where you died. And then you have to match it with where you know, when it's desynced, you'll die. And then like 2 seconds later, you'll say, oh shit, I died. So then you have to go back to that point and line up the death with the oh shit part. And then look at how many frames there is in that's different. And then go back to the spot where it effed up, where it dropped the frames. And then get rid of that same number of frames in the audio. That way everything before the death is still lined up. It's just a super pain in the ass. Like I shouldn't have to do it. Like I spent good money on well, not on Audacity. The Audacity's free, but I spent good money on Elgato, and you would think that when you spend good money on something, it would work. But, you know, what am I, you know, I don't know anything about computers, so what would I know? I guess I'm wrong. I guess you just spend good money and stuff just doesn't work, and that's just the way the world is, I guess. But then if it was easier, if there was like a solution that you knew would fix it, then I would just fix it and get on with my day. But fixing stuff is like never simple. There's always like, here, try these 15,000 things. Or if you have audio stutters, try these. That's funny. I started saying the word stutter. They're like, try these. One of these 86 things could be the cause. It's like, well, you just gotta go through and try them all and see which one is causing it to happen for you. But then basically, okay, so I did that, and then I got tired of the audio glitches or whatever. I kept turning the settings, like the settings down, even though my computer is super beefy. And it got to the point where like the picture was actually starting to like look crappy. So I was like, okay, you know what? I've turned the quality bar or whatever. You can make it where it doesn't capture at as good of quality to better the performance of it. And I was like, well, if it's dropping frames, that means that maybe it's over. Like, it's trying to record, like, it's trying, like, too hard. So if I lower the quality, then it'll have better, smoother performance or whatever. So I lowered it until it was, like, freaking ridiculous. I'm like, there's no way that a computer like this, it, like, can't record 720p, 30 frames per second. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, this computer should be able to do, like, 1080, 60 FPS and watch porn at the same time, you know? So I contacted Elgato the first time, or the first time this time, with this issue, and then they emailed me back and they're like, are you using any programs simultaneously while using Elgato? And I'm like, yeah, I'm using Audacity, because the built-in the built-in commentary capture from Elgato sucks balls. So I have to use third party because the one that y'all offer is super shit. And so then I didn't even respond to that one, because I knew if I responded, they're like, well, we recommend that you don't use any program simultaneously, so have a nice day. So just make sure that you use ours. Because like when you're recording something, you don't like any extra thing. I mean, it kind of, you know, it does make sense where it's like, if you're recording, like you don't want like other programs running in the same time can actually fuck up the one program, you know? So I do get that, but it's like, well, I didn't have a choice, and it had been working, it had been working. So, and that was the best I could do or whatever, because I wasn't able to do the other one. And so finally I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just do it with the other one or whatever. Like, I think I was using an Elgato HD last time when I tried to use the Elgato commentary capture or whatever it's called. And so because this is an Elgato HD60 Pro, I was like, okay, well maybe they improved it or whatever, and tried it out. It worked for several videos, and then one video, it's just every other word was a freaking stutter, and the video is completely unusable. And not super happy about that, if you can't tell. So then I emailed them again, and I'm like, hey, I'm having these audio stutters. What the hell, you know? And then they're like, oh, well, we noticed that you didn't respond to our other email from the last time you emailed us. I'm like, yeah, because I knew what you were going to say, and I didn't want to fucking hear it, and I didn't want to waste my time, and I know I'm wasting my time this time too, but I don't know what else to do. So they did they always go to the first, like, like the first thing they were like, well, update your drivers every time. Okay, I've had this computer for what, 2 years, 3 years, something like that, 2 years, I think. Every time I have an issue and they say to update the drivers, I go to update the drivers, and it always says that the latest driver is already installed. Like, the drivers, it's never been the driver, but they always recommend, like, they always suggest checking the drivers. And like, the drivers update automatically all the time without me knowing it. So I'm pretty, like, you could probably disable driver updates, but why would you? And then they were like, update the BIOS to your motherboard. And I click the link, and then click download, and then a file pops up. I have to extract the files, pick a location to extract the files to, and then I do that, and then it's like, okay, and then, like, I had to look up, like, a WikiHow on how to do it, and it's, like, a whole bunch of steps, and you have to, like, go, like, into the, I don't know, like, it sounds risky to, like, do it, and it's like, well, you'll permanently F up your motherboard if the power goes out while it's updating the BIOS, like, you, like, break your motherboard, and I'm just like, I don't want to, like, I want to click install or update, and it just doesn't. Like, why do I have to go into, like extra super deep menus, and, like, you have to, the pictures that it was showing going into, it was, like, the style of menus looked like the super old menus from, like, 1993 or whatever, like super primitive looking menus, which a lot of times, like, the stuff that's super deep looks like that because you're not going to look at it very often. Like, the stuff that the customer or the user sees often is going to try to look like updated or whatever. But I'm just like, no, like, I'm scared to do it. Like, I don't want to, like, is the problem really the motherboard, or is the problem really Elgato just can't get its shit together? Because it's easier to just release something and then try to, like, fix it along the way, rather than, the video games are doing the same thing. Well, they'll release, like, a half-ass product and then fix it along the way after, like, everybody who owns it in the first couple of years are actually just beta testing all the problems. So when I wasn't having issues with it, I did turn it back up to, like, a little above half, but then I started having the audio issue, so I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll turn it back down. I unplugged, maybe I should get into the habit, like, maybe once a week I should unplug and replug in my Focusrite audio interface. I'm a jam. But yeah, it's frustrating, and I don't know anybody. I'm an introvert, and I don't have, like, if I had, like, a tech guy or, like, a friend who was, like, tech savvy that could, like, help me, it would be, like, super useful. But yeah, I guess I've gone on for way too long. I don't know. I'll have to title this video Volleyball plus rant. But yeah, it's just frustrating, and then to not get any help. Like, they want to help, but it's so hard to, like, get help over, like, email. It's like, can I pay you, like, $100 to, like, drive to my house and, like, fix it or something? Like, I know that's asking too much or whatever, but, like, can they FaceTime me or something? That way, or, like, can't they do the thing where they, like, take control of your computer to, like, fix it? Because I've seen times where we used to do that at Taco Bell. If you were having a problem with the computer, there was a dude that you'd call, and he would, like, take control of your computer and, like, fix it. And so it would look weird because there'd be, like, a mouse pointer, like, floating on the screen or whatever, and, like, nobody's touching it. But yeah, just I hate it. I hate it is the point. I'm usually a pretty mellow dude, but, like, this kind of shit just really, like, pisses me off. And it's like, it's 2020. Why doesn't shit work in 2020? Is that, like, what, like, you would think that by 2020 we would have technology that works. If it doesn't work, there should be a fix the problem button. You click the fix the problem button, and it analyzes what the problem was, and it's like, oh, this went wrong. Okay, well, okay, fix button, and then it's fixed. Why isn't that? Why is it so complicated, man? I don't know. I thought computers and technology were supposed to make our lives easier, and yet they're just causing so much stress to so many people. But anyway, yeah, I'll go ahead and shut up. If you enjoyed this video, I know if anybody's still watching, yes, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button. I appreciate it. You can also share the video so that other people know how shitty Elgato is. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.